Howdy mates, how are we doing? Good noon time. This is my second video for today. This is still at the Circle B Bar Reserve up in Lakeland. Now, in front of me, this is actually something known as Lake Hancock. It actually encompasses quite a bit of territory, as you can see how far it extends outwards. Now, it is believed that Lake Hancock actually makes the headwaters of the Peace River. Now, for those of you who don't know what a headwaters means, it refers to the genesis or the birth of a river. So, it's bound to be that we're looking at a freshwater ecosystem. We actually got a great blue heron right down here, by the way. So, you could say, where we are, this is where a lot of Floridians, this is where a lot of their water supply comes from. And essentially, you know, when there's rain, there's always an opportunity for recharge, and then the river is a form of discharge. But it's a very optimal ecosystem, since, you know, we can see some bald cypress right up here, and they're actually the only type of deciduous conifer. Otherwise, all other forms of conifers don't shed their leaves, they're evergreens. But just look at that Spanish moss. Wow. And just the amount of shade that they provide. But yeah, essentially Lake Hancock is a major source of our water supply. Now, the Peace River goes about 100 miles to the south and will eventually empty out into the Charlotte Harbor, or as I like to say it, harbor. Now, what's neat about Circle B Bar Reserve was that this used to be a cattle ranch, but then eventually it became a designated reserve by Polk County, because they knew that in this type of ecosystem there are wetlands, which are our natural water purification system. They help filter out pollutants that are oftentimes found in our water. And not only that, but they provide a haven for our wildlife as well. So that's why Polk County knew that this place had to be protected at all costs. Here we actually, right in front of me, we actually have an anhinga. You can actually know, a way to know that they are anhingas is when you look at their beak, it's perfectly straight. Whereas if you looked at a cormorant, they have more of like a downward curve on their beak. And another way to tell is when you look at their plumage, it has a bit of a white streak, whereas cormorants are oftentimes completely black. But just seeing this lake brings back some really great memories back up in Ohio. Kind of reminds me of Grand Lake, St. Mary's. Fortunately, that lake up in Ohio is a lot more contaminated, but it's just neat to think that Florida has so many other ecosystems besides just the beach. You know, it just combines all of it. Wow. Like I said, it's my very first time visiting up here. I'm actually with, they're a little up there further. I'm up with Gerald, Shelby, and Ashley. Gerald and Ashley actually work for the Charlotte Harbor Environmental Center in the Englewood and Punta Gorda locations. And then Shelby works for the like the Lee County education system. So she actually helps with field trips on Sanibel Island and Ding Darling with public school children. So it's pretty cool. It's quite neat to just have an opportunity to spend time with them. But totally worth a visit, you guys. And I'm frankly surprised to see how much bald cypress there is. And just down here, we've got a great egret as well. And all that green encompassing the water, that is duckweed. It's not algae, but it's duckweed. And I've actually mentioned a video on duckweed before, how it can actually help with acting also as a food source and even a filter as well for the water. So this is a classic example of a swamp, basically. A swamp is just a type of wetland that has trees surrounding it. Quite remarkable. It's alright, you guys. Just wanted to keep the video a little shorter, or else it probably would have been like 10 minutes long, so I didn't want it to be too long. But totally worth a visit, you guys. So far I've really fallen in love with this place. So hope you guys enjoy this beautiful day. For those of you down in Florida, it is just wonderful. So alright, you guys, take care, enjoy your Sunday, and Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.